6 years ago, I lost my partner in a tragic accident overseas, a devastating event that completely shattered my world. The grief was overwhelming, and it took years of therapy and support to begin to heal. Fast forward to 2.5 years ago, I met my current boyfriend, and he felt like a light in the darkness. He was kind, understanding, and patient, especially when I opened up about my past. Over time, I started to rebuild my life, and for the first time since my partner's passing, I saw a future filled with love and hope. My boyfriend has always loved playing pranks and occasionally uploads them online. They were usually harmless, sometimes annoying, but never malicious. He always asked for my consent before posting anything, and we had clear boundaries about what was okay. That was, until 2 nights ago, when everything fell apart. The day started like any other. He texted me to confirm our dinner plans, and I went about my workday, planning to meet him afterward. Throughout the day, I sent him texts as usual, but he never responded, which was unusual. He's always good about communication and would let me know if he was busy. Still, I brushed it off, assuming he was preoccupied with dinner preparations. When I arrived at his apartment, I immediately felt something was off. There was no music, no smell of food, just silence. As I walked into the kitchen, I saw grocery bags at the entrance and then spotted what looked like a broken wine glass in drops of red liquid. My heart sank when I turned the corner and saw him lying on the floor, motionless, surrounded by what appeared to be a pool of blood. Panic overtook me. I screamed and ran to his side, my mind racing back to the trauma of losing my late partner. I checked for a pulse, but in my frantic state, I couldn't tell if there was one. I didn't hear or feel him breathing, and his face was covered in blood, making it impossible to assess his condition properly. My medical instincts kicked in, and I immediately began CPR, calling 911 as I started chest compressions. After just 2 compressions, he suddenly sat up, screaming. That's when I realized it was all fake: the blood, the injuries, everything. It was a prank. I blacked out from shock and dissociation. I vaguely remember him trying to apologize, me walking out of the apartment covered in fake blood, and the police calling to confirm that no emergency existed. Since then, I've been a wreck. The prank not only triggered my deepest trauma but also reopened the wounds of losing my late partner. To make matters worse, I later learned that my CPR attempts fractured 2 of his ribs and punctured a lung. His sister called me, apologizing on his behalf and explaining that he'd been rushed to the hospital after having a severe anxiety attack. Now, I'm left with a torrent of emotions: anger, heartbreak, and confusion. I love him, but his actions disgust me. The thought of seeing him makes me sick, yet the idea of losing him feels unbearable. I don't know if I can ever forgive him or trust anyone again after this betrayal. How do I move forward from this? Should I even consider reconciling with him? Or is this relationship beyond repair? How do I heal from not only this but also the resurfaced grief from my late partner? I feel lost and don't know what to do.